What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Indians live stream. And this will be my Indians Twins series recap. And then I'll preview the upcoming series with Detroit Tigers. This is also another season series finale against Detroit. So no more games against Detroit after this coming up tomorrow. But yeah, the Indians are off tonight, which is good because I can just focus solely on the Browns, which is awesome. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about this series against the Twins, though. I mean, not going to spend a lot of time on it. Of course, heading into this series, we all knew coming off a sweep of LA, we needed to sweep the Twins to even have a chance. We needed to sweep them 3 games. If we take 2 of 3, it's like, didn't do anything. We needed to sweep. And as you see in the description, didn't happen. It was ugly. Now, the whole thing started ugly on Friday night because freaking Mother Nature decided to drop literally, not necessarily drop a nuke, but she brewed up the nastiest storm I could think of and just sent it our way. And the geniuses decided, hey, you know what? Let's play a game. Let's see if we can beat it. Now, of course, for those who don't know, in MLB rules, a game has to go at least 5 innings to be official. This game only went 2 innings. Now, usually, there's times where a game would maybe go a couple innings, 2 or 3. I think we were like just entering the bottom of the 3rd, I believe. And a lot of times, like they did in Boston a while back against Kansas City, they would pause the game right there. Like in a video game, you'd pause it, score would stay the same, I mean, it was literally I think it was like the start of an inning, so it wouldn't have mattered much. We just start on offense. Not sure if there was anyone on base or anything, but instead of just pausing the game and, resuming it the next day as part of a doubleheader, they decided to just wipe the slate clean from the previous night and just have a straight up day-night doubleheader. The score would, because we actually tied the game up right before the delay, 2 apiece. And they decided, hey, yeah, let's just wipe the slate clean, start fresh tomorrow. And, that was not a great idea by the Indians. I wish the Indians would have been like, you know what, maybe we could just resume it where we are tomorrow. I mean, look at the freaking Red Sox and Royals. They were in the 10th inning. They decided, hey, let's resume it tomorrow because they were in extras. That thing only took like 15 minutes. The Royals literally showed up, played small little inning, then left, came here to Cleveland. How about that? But, they postponed the game because Mother Nature just came running on in there and just dropped the deuce on us. So a doubleheader, game 1. Of course, the Twins ran with a dual bullpen game. Kind of an interesting strategy, in my opinion. Usually you want to have a starter out there to get you a dub. And the Indians, they trotted out their guy, Mike Clevinger. And I thought, okay, Clev's got this. Offense just has to put up a couple runs. Clev's going to dominate. We'll be good. No. And the deciding points in this game came in the 3rd inning. It was scoreless. Now, the funny thing is, in the first game, they had scored in the 1st inning 2-0. That was it. That's all it took. We couldn't do a dang thing. We had chances, but couldn't do anything. I believe there was a chance. I think we had bases loaded one time. But, of course, in Indians fashion, they squander it. They have been very good at squandering offensive chances to really blow games open or, at least add a run, cut the lead in half even. Couldn't do it. So, need to sweep. You lose game one. Little got the win. He's 5-0. Clevenger, 11, he's 11-3. Believe that. Before that loss, he had not lost since he came off the injured list. He lost his first 2 games off the injured list in Texas and in Baltimore. Remember, that Texas game was ugly. He actually rolled his ankle, but I think he powered through it. Didn't look good, walked a lot of guys. It got ugly. That Baltimore game, that was just straight up a massacre. He was not right at all. They were taking everything out of the yard and just hitting it everywhere on him. Since then, he's been dominant. That was his first loss since then. I think it was like June or something. That was crazy. Wow. But needed to win, didn't get it. By the way, Rodgers got the save. He has 26 on the year. And in terms of distance, the pitchers, Smeltzer got the start. He went 3 innings, 1 walk, 1 K. Clevenger went 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 ball, 10 Ks, and 1 home run. Usually for Clev, that's a very good outing. Usually there's a W next to his name because usually the offense actually helps him out. But of course, the offense decided to just not even show up. And he got an L. Okay, lose that, whatever. Just come back later that night, and rebound. And wouldn't you know, it looked like for a long time in that game, we were going to win. We had gotten the lead, looking good. I think we were up, 5-2? And there's like a time in a game like this where you just know you're probably going to wind up losing. You're just like, watch. It's like, can our bullpen keep a 1-run lead? No. The answer is no. Our bullpen has turned the crap ever since, I want to say maybe July, mid-July, late July. And it was just, Game 2, we were looking good, man. I mean, we were flying high. Looking like we were going to win the freaking game. And offense was putting out some good production. We didn't look like trash. That's good. And then it all came down in the 8th inning. We were up 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th. I mean, here's how it all went down, though. I mean, in that, of course, the Twins had to score a 2 runs in the first because that's what they do. They're very, we're not as good when we don't score first. And, of course, in typical Twins fashion, like they've done all year long, they hit you with bombs and they hit another 2-run ding-dong because that's what they do. And bottom of the 1st, Santana singled. And then right after that, Jordan Luplow walked in a run. And I believe were bases loaded for that? I think so. But here's how the whole bottom of the 1st went for the Indians, as we really should have added more runs. We really should have. Bottom of the 1st, Lindor walked, Mercado doubled, Santana singled in a run. Puig, they walked Puig, so you already have bases loaded, essentially. Well, no, you have Puig at second, Santana at second, Puig at first. They walk Luplow. And Mercado, who was already on base, because remember, he doubled before that, so he went to third. It didn't mention that in the log here where it says Puig walks Santana to second. It didn't mention Mercado to third. Well, Machado scores on the walk. Santana goes to third, Puig to second, and Luplow goes to first. And we had chances. Reyes struck out, Chang struck out, Plawecki struck out. Wow. Good look by the bottom of the order. There's times, there's like stretches throughout the year so far that I've seen where the bottom of the order is carrying the lineup. And then there's times where it's the top of the order carrying the lineup. I wish that both the top and the bottom of the order, like the whole order, the whole starting nine, would just put out equally. Like, they're all balling at the same time. But, that doesn't really happen much. Guys go through slumps and all that. It's kind of hard to get a whole starting nine going at the same time. But if that would have happened, oh, God, we'd be insane. But, yeah, after that, tie game. Then bottom of the third comes up. Jordan Luplow homers, of course, because that's what he does. He has 13 on the year. And then bottom of the fourth, Mercado homers. 5-2. I'm feeling good. We're all feeling good. And then freaking bullpen. Top of the sixth comes up. And they bring in let's see what they brought in. Top of the sixth. Right? Yeah. I got to see who I think there was it Cookie in there? I swear, if there was Cookie Carrasco, yep, it was Cookie, of course. They had Carrasco in there. And guess what he does? He throws a nice, juicy, nice crunchy, soft-baked chocolate chip cookie to Nelson Cruz. And he belts that sucker to left center field. 2 runs score, 5-4 Indians. They get Rosario out. Next inning for the Indians, bottom of the inning, Freeman struck out. Lindor, ground out. Mercado, strikeout. Wow, great response, Indians. Great response. Whoa, fantastic. So then it would be like that until the 6th. I'm sorry, not the 6th. The 8th. The 8th inning. This is where it all came downhill. So here's how the whole 8th inning went. So here's how it goes. Allen comes in as a left fielder, and Twins are making all kinds of changes. They bring in Oliver Perez for Simber. They get Kepler to ground out on into a force. Santana to Lindor. And of course, there's a throwing error as Max Kepler goes to second. And that would kill us, of course, because Polanco would double, scoring Kepler. Good job, Lindor. And then they intentionally walk Cruz, and then they walk Rosario. Wow. So they make another pitching change, bring in Nick Goody. Now, as you can tell by the thumbnail, he gives up a grand slam to freaking Miguel Sano. So, yeah, great. 9-5 Twins. They walk Arias. And then Karinchak actually comes in there, and he pretty much gets him out of the inning. So that's going to do it for that one. Freaking Lindor making costly mistakes as always. Oh, man. Oh, well. So there's 2 losses. We lose 9-5. Gratterall gets the win. He's 1-0. Perez takes the L. He is 2-3. Fan-freaking-tastic. And looking at the pitching lines, Thorpe got the start. He went 3 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 2 homers. Clippard got the start. We're actually undefeated with him as a starter in the bullpen game this year. And he actually did not get the loss, though. I mean, that was good, I guess. 2-0. He's 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. 2 Ks, and 1 homer. It really came down with Carrasco. So, yeah, you need to sweep them, and we might get swept. So we look at Game 3, and we had the Beebs on the mound. I'm like, we better win this freaking game with Beebs. Cannot lose with the Beebs on the mound. We already lost with Clevenger, and it was ugly. It was a very, very ugly game. I think Game 2 they were supposed to go. They originally, I think, supposed to go with Savali, but they went bullpen game. Yeah. One of those games they were supposed to go with Savali, I'm pretty sure. Well, they had Savali in there, I think. For one. I think it was Game 1, I think. Not even sure. Oh, well. But still, man, I mean, and then, Game 3, going to the mound. We had the Beebs on the mound. I'm very confident in my squad. And seems like the Indians just didn't really have that oomph to them anymore. It's almost like the Indians just want the season to end. They're literally crawling to the finish line. And the Indians actually they scored first. Yeah, they scored first, which is something that we haven't really done much against the Twins in this series. We didn't score much. Score first. Did we score first at all? No, because they hit 2 home runs in the first inning, both times for Minnesota. But Santana grounded into a force, and then Kipnis grounded into a force. So there's your 2 runs scored via force out. And then, of course, top of the third, Sano homers, of course, 2-1. Rosario homered, of course, 2-2. Lamont Wade homers, 4-2. That was a 2-run jack. And at that point, I'm pretty sure every Indians fan's like, oh, God, here we go. Freaking Indians. That was in the top of the 6th, by the way. So it's 4-2. Bottom 6 comes up. Indians respond. Greg Allen reached on a fielding error. Kipnis scores. And then, of course, just like the knight in shining armor, Roberto Perez comes up, 3-run homer out of nowhere, 6-4 Indians. I mean, my mood when we were down 4-2 is like, of course, we're not making the playoffs. And now it's like we're going to somehow come back. My mood went from 0 to 100 real quick. And then, of course, Rosario homered again. I'm like, oh, of course. So I went from 0 to 100 to about 50 to 45. I'm like, oh, of course. But then bottom of the 7th, right, and half an inning after Rosario homer, Mike Freeman essentially, I guess, not going to say put the game away, but he gave us an insurance run with a single scoring Mercado. And wouldn't you know, they actually brought in Oliver Perez for James White was that. James White. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. He was in the top of the 9th, walked a rise, got Sano to strike out, struck out Cave, took him out. Perez came in there, got Rosario to pop out. Indians win the final game of the series. They actually win the season series 10-9. Now that series did not look like that. It was going to be like that in the beginning of the year. It looked like it was going to be dominated by the Twins. But believe it or not, the Indians were up to the challenge, and they won the season series 10-9. But that doesn't mean a damn thing, because guess what, guys? We're still 4.5 games out of first place. We win those 2 games, we're like 2.5. And the Twins play Chicago tonight. I'm not going to say we're dead in terms of the Central. I've seen crazier things happen. But we essentially got to win the rest of our games. And we got to hope the Twins completely fall apart. I mean, of course, the schedule for us. You already know what we got to go through. We got freaking Detroit coming up tomorrow. You see it in the title. Then we got Philly. That'll be an interesting one. And then we got the White Sox on the road. And then we end it with Washington. It's going to be tough, especially when you look at the Twins' schedule and you realize they pretty much end with the rest of the AL Central. That really makes me nervous. But they start off with Chicago. And if any team can beat them, it's definitely the White Sox. And for all I know, we could go on a run here. This would be hey, Indians, I don't know if you're watching this, but if there's any time to go on a run, now would be the time. You know, they've been derping around the entire season. We're getting into the final, I'm going to say, 12 or so games. We're getting into the crunch time now. We're 9 games away from being eliminated from the division for the first time in 3 years. 3 previous years, I think we were very close to having the division locked up by now. And it's all because of what went down in April and May. And I don't know. Honestly, I'm not even speechless. I'm just dumbfounded. I'm just happy the team's even in position right now. Look at the injuries we've dealt with. Kluber's been out essentially since the Marlins series in Florida. When was that? June? May, June? Carrasco, he's been alive. He's been dealing with cancer. Freaking Salazar hasn't even barely played. He's only had 1 game. He has his usual 1 game every 2 years, and then he gets hurt again. Now, the interesting thing also is the fact that the Twins, I think, play actually more games than we do. They don't have an off day until next week. The Indians, on the other hand, have today and then next week. So both teams have an off day next week. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3, 6, 9, 12. There's 12 games left. And of course, the Twins, they got to beat up on the rest of the Central, including the Tigers. Fantastic. But yeah, man, we got to take care of business 1 game at a time. You never know what could happen. Now, of course, we play tomorrow in Detroit. Not at home against Detroit. Final homestand of the year. Now, what is more likely is wild card, with which we are only a game and a half out. And being curious, let's take a look and see what the A's and the Rays got to deal with. Because, in essence, I think we're most likely going to have to pass the Rays, which means we would have to go to that dump of a stadium in Oakland to go play, unless we go on a run and the A's freaking just completely collapse. Which, right now, we are actually one of 2 teams remaining in the wild card chase, besides the other 2 that are currently in it. It's us and Boston. And Boston's 9 games out of the wild card. So I think it's safe to say that they're probably not going to get in. Now they're in San Francisco. I'm sorry, they're actually facing at home against San Fran. Well, that'd be a good one. But we're kind of on the bubble now. Still a lot of baseball to be played. Crazier things have happened. But we had our chances to really take advantage, and we couldn't do it. We had a half a game lead in the division for 24 hours, and then we went back to playing like garbage. It's like we can't even talk. We reverted back to May form. But Oakland currently sitting at 90-60, Tampa 89-62. We're at 87-63. So essentially, we're 3 games or so behind Oakland. And looking at the Rays' schedule, because it looks like that they're going to be the closest team we can catch. Oh, they have a tough one. It ain't easy for the Rays. They have an off day today as well. They play the Dodgers tomorrow in 2 games in LA. Interesting. Off day. That's big. Then they have Boston for 4 at the dump called Tropicana Field. Dumpicana Field. Trash. That place is garbage. Like, I can't believe they actually play a freaking game there. That place is a dump. Freaking Tropicana. I hate that place. It sucks. And then after that, they have 2 against the Yankees. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I got a legit root for the Yankees and the freaking Red Sox for the next 6 games. In that span, from the 20th until the 25th, we got Phillies for 3, off day, and then 2 against the White Sox. Of course, 2 of 3. So we really have to do our thing. But, man, this is going to be tough. Now, for Oakland, on the other hand, they've literally won, I think, damn near every game in this month. They've only lost 1 to the Yankees, 1 to the Tigers, 1 to the Astros. That's it. 3 games they've lost in this entire month of September. Safe to say we're probably not going to catch them. They have Kansas City tonight, start of a 3-gamer in the Mausoleum. Off day on the 19th. So they have an off day on the 19th while we're playing Detroit. So that's a big one there. And they have Texas for 3. Another off day. I think everyone has an off day on the 23rd. And then they have the Angels on the road for 2 with no Mike Trout. He's out for the year with foot surgery, of course. And Shohei Ohtani's out. So those are probably 2 dubs for them. And then they end the season with 4 against the Mariners. So Indians. It looks like our best shot at making the playoffs is to just win the rest of your games and either A, hope and pray that the Twins maybe have a stinker series against the White Sox. Maybe the Tigers take a couple games from them. Maybe Kansas City beats them up and takes a game or 2 while you win all your games. Or B, you do that same thing, but you hope the Rays lose at least the next couple games to the Red Sox and the Yankees. Like I said, it's baseball. Crazier things have happened. But I wonder what the front office would do if the Indians missed the playoffs for the first time with Tito. If not, I don't know if this is the first time, but I know it's the first time, I think, since maybe his first year on the job in 2012. I know in 2013 we went wild card. But to go from 3 years winning the Central to missing the playoffs entirely, that wouldn't sit well with me if I was the GM. I would legit look at the Dolans that own this team. I think it's Paul and James or whatever. I'd look at them and say, so, what do you think? Look what happened. Does he know what's funny about it? Unlike us, the Twins went out this past winter and added big bats to their lineup. The Indians had an interesting strategy of just sitting back, not really going after the cheap, legit, affordable bats that were out there. There were some good ones. I think Marwin would have been attainable for the right price. I mean, we had Derek Dietrich. I know he's a Cleveland native. I'm surprised we didn't at least look at him. He waited for a minor league deal. We love giving out minor league deals, but no, let's roll with the offense we have. But what really killed us was the fact that in the first few weeks of the season, we didn't have Lindor, We didn't have Kipnis. We freaking had Eric Stamets and freaking Max Moroff. Oh my God. We had those two in the freaking lineup. Haven't seen them since. They've been living in AAA ever since. And then, of course, we had the failed DH projects with Hanley Ramirez and Carlos Gonzalez. Wow. This is literally going to wind up like the Blue Jackets season. We're going to make the playoffs, but it'll be by like a hair. It's going to be like the hair on my chinny chin chin. We're literally going to be sitting here and just waiting until see what happens. I'm going to be scoreboard watching for like the next 2 weeks straight. We're literally playing playoff baseball right now, and we're sucking. But hey, the Indians did it to themselves. And the injury bug didn't help matters either. Freaking Kluber, like I said, has been out for almost the entire second half of the season. I don't even know if he's coming back. I mean, if we're eliminated from playoff contention, just shut him down for the year. Let him get a full off season of rehab instead of hurrying him up out there, rushing him, and then have him get hurt again. I would have traded him last year. Legit, I would have traded him last year in the winter. Yep, I would have traded him. Could have gotten a massive haul from like the Dodgers. Could have gotten like Verdugo or Jock or something. I don't know. I don't know what to say. The Indians, I mean, God, reminds me of the Nationals last year. They hosted the All-Star game and it freaking sucked. Now look at them. They're good. They don't even have Bryce Harper, and yet they're very good right now. Wow. But hey, like I said, it's baseball. Crazier things have happened. Maybe in a week from now, freaking have lost 6 straight. We've won all of our games. We're winning the division by 2. Who knows? But the baseball gods hit us with some bad injuries, and here we are. At least we got good pitching depth. I mean, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season that, like, essentially 3/5 of the rotation of domination wouldn't be here because of injury, I would look at you and go, seriously, you're tripping. Clevenger, he only had 2 starts in April. Then he got hurt, missed a little while, came back, looked like he was garbage, and then he took off. Bieber's been fantastic. He has been massively fantastic. I mean, God. And then, Putko, he's been up and down. He's been a roller coaster. And then, of course, we've had the pleasant surprises of Plesac and Savali. But what really hurt us was the fact that Jose Ramirez is out. That really hurt us. Jose's out. Naquin's out. I mean, that's your offense. Jose was killing it. Then his freaking wrist. But what really, really hurt us the most, that was Lindor and Kipnis. It was to the point where our offense was one guy. It was that dude at first base, Carlos Santana. That dude was legit our whole entire offense for like the first month. If he slumped, we sucked. Nobody else was doing a damn thing. Freaking Jose's over here swinging at everything, popping up or flying out. He was unlucky as crap. Like I said, Lindor was hurt. Freaking Brad Miller, they don't know what they're missing. They must not like good players. Well, you're not a great player yourself, my dude. I think he's in Philly now. Jake Bauers, he's been kind of a roller coaster. There's times where he'll ball out, he'll hit everything, and then there's times where he just looks like a bum. Perez has been a big surprise. I'm glad Roberto definitely made me just look myself in the mirror and say I am a complete idiot because I didn't like the Gomes trade. I was like, bro, we traded Yan Gomes. Yan Gomes got runners out. How is Perez going to do? And when I look at that, Perez gets playing time, and he's actually good. Oh, I forgot one more thing about this Twin series. Brad Hand was out. Yeah, Brad Hand, I don't know what happened, but he missed the entire series. Who knows when he'll be back? He's been so unreliable, it's crazy. He's half the reason why we're freaking in this position. He was dominant first part of the year, and then it's like that game against the Royals, I think right before the All-Star break. Gives up a grand slam. From that point on, he's just been completely trash with an occasional good appearance. But for him to be good, you have to have like a 6-run lead just to be safe. He'll still try to blow it. But, it's just been that kind of year. So I guess, it's all about, see what happens over these next 2 weeks. We make it, woohoo. We don't, oh well. I could just break out the injury excuse, but this team's dealt with a lot of crap, and yet we're even still in this spot. It's crazy that we're even still like, we could still make a wild card, to be honest, I'm just happy the freaking front office went out and freaking landed Puig. And we got a guy in for the future in Franmil Reyes. He finally decided to start hitting the ball. Imagine that. It's like this dude couldn't hit crap his first couple weeks. And then, of course, Puig decides, you know what? I'm going to take my suspension. This dude Reyes probably thought, okay. He finally decided, I think it's because it's all his setup. Like he didn't his approach. He said he was swinging at everything. He put him here, admitted it. Like, I think he even tells his the guy who throws him pitches at batting practice to throw like bad pitches and stuff. I don't know. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said. But now he's been hitting rockets, getting base hits. He's being productive. I mean, bruh. All right, enough ranting. But yeah, the bullpen, it's been good as well. Hasn't been that great recently. But yeah, you reap what you sow. And now let's preview this freaking series against the Tigers. Not like it really means much because the Tigers are freaking trash. I'm expecting a sweep again. It also depends on who we have pitching. I know Clevenger's not pitching, but our pitchers have been very, very good against the Tigers this year. You know what's funny? I'm watching this freaking Falcons-Eagles recap. They literally had a play just like we had, where we did a screen like that, where Greg blocked somebody in the back or something, a blindside block. They flew a flag on that. I think it was Jake Matthews freaking pancaked the dude. No flag. Of course, they did come back and say, yeah, there shouldn't have been a flag on Greg. If we're going to start the whole apologies after games thing, just stop. If it does, these refs need to really just evaluate their lives right now. If it doesn't, seriously, don't be doing this whole apology thing. If you don't think it's a penalty, don't throw the flag. Because then you're going to look stupid when you have to apologize later on. But anyways, let's preview this series against Detroit. It's whatever. It's a divisional series. I don't even know if I'm streaming the rest of the year for the Indians. It's baseball season. It's football season, bruh. That's all I'm focusing on for the most part. In other words, screw baseball. I did baseball to hold you guys over during the summer. It's football now. That's all I'm focusing on. Baseball is taking a back burner, especially because the Indians have been playing so bad lately. But anyways, tomorrow, actually the Twins have Barrios against Ronaldo Lopez against Barrios. Fantastic. Lovely. Looks like we're probably going to be down 5 games. And then Glenn Sparkman against, yep. We're not catching the A's, that's for sure. So we got to hope that, we can catch the Rays. They play tomorrow like us. But tomorrow, Tuesday, against the Tigers. Let's see what this pitching matchup is. As momentarily, all right. It'll be Adam Plutko against to be decided. So the Tigers have not officially announced their starter yet. Meanwhile, Twins will have Perez against Giolito. Okay. We freaking need Perez to suck. And then Tampa will have Snell against Ross Stripling. Okay, we need Chicken Strip to crush Snell. Brett Anderson will face Jorge Lopez. Oh God, yeah. Why am I even worrying about the A's? We're not catching them unless they fall apart, which you never know. But oh well. But yeah, Plutko will get game 1 against pitcher to be announced. Game 2 will be pretty sure to probably be Plazak or something. And it will be where is it? Savali against Spencer Turnbull. Okay. Meanwhile, the A's will have Homer Bailey against Danny Duffy. That might actually be Kansas City's best chance to win, in my opinion, right there. Going against an old pitcher of theirs. That's funny. Twins will have Odorizzi against Covey. Ooh, Covey's only 1-8. Oh my God. Yeah, we're not catching the Twins. No, unless the Sox offense just absolutely massacres the Twins, which probably won't happen. Tony Gonsolin will face Brendan McKay. That should be a good one. And that is all from that one. So that's game 2. Again, Savali against Turnbull. All right. And then the season series final game of the year against these two teams. It's crazy that this series is already over. I wish we could play them by another 6 times. But it will be, where is it? You got to find it. Mike Clevenger, he is getting a start against Jordan Zimmerman. I figured because he did start that the first game in the doubleheader, so makes sense. He'll face Jordan Zimmerman, who's 1-11. Oh my God! Although to be fair, the last time we faced Zimmerman, he actually put up a fight, so it'll be interesting. That game's actually on Fox too. But yeah, that's a series right there. Twins and Royals have not announced their starters for that game. And I'm trying to find the Rays here. Okay, they don't play. So that's big for us too. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Let's take a look at the chat real quick. Steelers season is done. I'll join tonight. Can't join right now. Okay. Are the Indians making the playoffs? Hope so. 12 games left, 2 games out of the wild card. It's time for your Browns to start winning. Jets tonight, Rams on Sunday. No Big Ben. I know. Mason Rudolph. It's going to be really fun to watch, see how he does. They got the Niners this week. Mason Rudolph against Jimmy G. Okay, I hope the Niners kick the crap out of the Steelers. I want to see Pittsburgh start off 0-3. They're not going to have a good year this year. This might be the first year where they actually go under 500, to be honest. The schedule is not friendly to them at all. But we'll see what happens. It's every given Sunday, you never know what could happen. So that is going to wrap it up for this live stream. I'm Crazy Dog at 99. And of course, I will see you guys in about 3 hours, in less than 3 hours. As I'll be going live about 7:45, 7:50 for this game against the Jets. Might even go live closer to 8 o'clock. Jets, Browns, Monday Night Football. They'll probably get going about 8:20, 8:15 around there. So hope you guys tune in. We can get lit. I know Bad Dog and Entertainer are streaming, Sports Fury streaming, but I'm the only Browns streamer around this joint. So if you want to get an authentic Browns fan Homer experience, you know where to go. But yeah, I will see you guys tonight for Browns Jets Monday Night Football. Should be a good one. And until then, I'm Crazy Dog at 99. Let's go Tribe. Tonight, let's go Browns. And as always, I'm out.